India has scored a big win against terror, not on the battlefield, but in the battle of global opinion. And the target? The Resistance Front, or the TRF, the same group that was behind the Pahalgam attack. The United States of America has decided to designate the TRF. Basically, it has been declared a terrorist group in the US, and this is a big deal for India. We ran a global campaign against the TRF, and finally it seems to be working. The question is, how will this designation weaken the group? And how does it help India's anti-terror fight? Well, the move was announced by the US State Department. They designated TRF as two threats, as a foreign terrorist organization and as a specially designated global terrorist. Of course, India has welcomed this move. Let me quote from what New Delhi has said. The designation of TRF is a timely and important step reflecting the deep cooperation between India and the United States on counter-terrorism. We acknowledge and appreciate the leadership of Secretary of State Marco Rubio in this regard. Let's look at the impact of this move. Once a group is designated as terrorist, all contacts become illegal. You cannot fund them, you cannot help them, you cannot advise them, you cannot associate with them. And if you do, it's a crime under American law. That is the legal impact of this move. What about the political impact? Well, there are three. Number one, this is an acknowledgement of India's position. Remember, TRF initially claimed credit for the Pahalgam attack, but later they backtracked. They said, we did not do it. Even Pakistan said that TRF was not behind the attack in Pahalgam. At the United Nations Security Council, Pakistan pushed that very same narrative. They managed to drop any mention of TRF. But the US is not buying that. Again, look at their statement, and I'm quoting. TRF, a Lashkar-e-Taiba front and proxy, claimed responsibility for the April 22, 2025 Pahalgam attack, which killed 26 civilians. This was the deadliest attack on civilians in India since the 2008 Mumbai attacks conducted by the LET. This is the US statement, and this is significant. Pakistan denied links between the Lashkar-e-Taiba and the TRF. Their deputy prime minister called TRF freedom fighters. Yet the US has linked them and designated them. Meaning, Washington buys India's version, not Pakistan's. And of course, Islamabad is not happy about this. They have reacted to the US decision. Listen closely to what the Pakistanis have said, and I'm quoting, while the issue under consideration pertains to US domestic laws, India has a track record of exploiting such designations to push anti-Pakistan propaganda. Let me correct that for them. India is not pushing propaganda. India is exposing Pakistan's terror links, which is a second political impact. US designations have a cascading impact. Their allies tend to follow them. So we can now put pressure on the likes of Europe, Japan and Australia. We can tell them, look, the Americans have designated TRF, so you should do the same. And chances are they will listen. Which brings us to the final political impact. It's a starting point in our global campaign against Pakistan. India is looking to corner Pakistan at the FATF. That's the Financial Action Task Force. Its job is to crack down on terror financing. Again, this is where Western influence is key. India alone cannot get Pakistan blacklisted. We need support from our Western partners. Same at the United Nations Security Council. Pakistan is a non-permanent member at the UN Security Council right now. In fact, this month, Pakistan is the president of the UN Security Council. It is also heading key anti-terror bodies. So India needs all the diplomatic support it can get. And support begins with recognition, with accepting who is the problem. Also, the timing of this designation is important. Our ties with the US have hit a rough patch, mainly thanks to Donald Trump. He keeps equating India and Pakistan. He also keeps claiming credit for the recent ceasefire. Amid that setback, this designation gives us hope. Yes, the US may have a strategic relationship with Pakistan, but they're not ignoring terror concerns completely. Of course, now the ball is in India's court. We have something to run with now. Our immediate priority is to catch the Pahalgam attackers. It's been almost 3 months now. We still haven't been able to find the attacker, so that is priority number one. After that, we must expand this diplomatic campaign, because one designation is not going to be enough. The end goal is to target and isolate Pakistan, and that's still work in progress.